Hey, what is up guys, Massive here, back to do another video, and this is going to be a quick video, just something to put out because I've got a couple videos coming out that takes a lot longer to render, but this one here was a game I played versus Dirty Dutch. It's going to be on Tournament Dust Bowl, no poker. I've got an alt lighting scheme on this, and this was played a little while ago. I've got a lot of games to share, but this one here I will publish probably today. It takes a lot of time to do the thumbnail. More often than not, it's the thumbnail that takes the longest amount of time to do. But I'm going to be Traveler 59 in this game. Traveler 59 doing pretty well in the R19 update so far. I decided in this game to go for a buzzer opening instead of descent rushing. You can go for descent rushes as Traveler 59, but this game I chose instead to go for buzzers. Now I did go for a very unorthodox strategy, as you guys know. I am someone who prefers to play out of the box, and Dirty Dutch was one of my first players that I played against when I played this game in 1v1. He has been around since forever now, not as well practiced as he used to be years ago, but he does play now and then, and I'm glad that he's still sticking around. So as I mentioned, I've got some really nice videos to come, a couple casts as well. I've been casting a lot of games with Rex, that new Chinese player. He's been doing really well. I played him quite a bit. Hard to do my strats against him. Haven't had the, how can I put it, the motivation to play properly against him. So I just haven't had the will, but maybe soon. Who knows? Would be good to get some bites against Bike Crush as well in the future. Had fun playing against him the other day, but had to abruptly end that playing session because of my internet during the weekend. It's really bad and basically unplayable at times. So I'm going ahead and expanding here. Now this is typically what you should do in all games if you want to win. Ecoing up, going onto that 3 refinery status is the best way to play Kane's Rav. Buzzers moving in, making my 6th harvester. And this game was played a little while ago, so I don't have this in my memory completely, but there was an insane occurrence in this match, which, to be fair, I could have made a short, but there is a bit of clipping, I think, with the aspect ratios when it comes to shorts. They're designed for mobile screens, not so much desktop. I'm going for some Seeker Descent after my 7th harvester. This is just in case he goes for a bike buggy on 2 War Factory. 2 War Factory on 1 base on this map doesn't work so well. Usually you see 2 War Factory after the 3 refineries. So I'm starting to queue a bunch of Seekers here just in case I get hit by a load of bikes. Now fortunately all of those units coming to me were buggies. If they were bikes, could have been a bit more threatening this. Bikes now moving in. I pop down that tier 2. That's going to allow me to put down the lightning spike, which is really a good defense. You can use it offensively as well. It's pretty good, very versatile support power. Requires for some reason a tier 3 to place in 1.03. Actually no, it's the Buzzer Swarm support power. You need a tier 3 in that patch for that, but yeah, that's just CGF's mod. CGF's interpretation of the game, I don't agree with it necessarily, but it has its fans. Being pushed in here by a load of bike buggy, committing a bit too much. He's trying to focus down that Seeker. I pull it back. You can reverse move with Seekers. They don't have directional armor. Harvesters and Seekers are the only vehicles that do not have directional armor. I'm a little unsure about Mechapede heads though. You know, that's got me thinking, do Mechapede heads have directional armor? That's really interesting. I don't imagine they do, but I could be wrong. Nonetheless, you don't want to be chasing a Mechapede that's not facing you anyways, because you're going to take a lot of losses. I'm going for Ravagers. I'm also producing a outpost. These are better in R19. They got more armor, plus they deploy a lot quicker than before. It's now 20 seconds. Now Ravagers in the recent R19 update have much better accuracy against bikes and buggies. They have had their aim delta increased by quite a bit. They're a little bit slower than other patches, but they generally, with their main shard weapon, are better. So Dirty Dutch, he's spamming a little bike buggies. I'm going now for my tier 3. I see he's got only one refinery on his first field. Sold the other one off, got the $700 for it. Bike buggy being made. He sees these Ravagers in advance, and that's the crucial thing about Ravagers. Now, for a while we were worried about Ravagers being too OP in screen mirrors, but I found something really, really cool in R19, which I wasn't intending to put in there, but because I used Hostiles R19, Hostiles Ravager file, it ended up being in there. But yeah, the Ravagers are now Tiberium based units, which means you can detect them with the Tiberium vibration scan, and also target enemy Ravagers with your Ravagers and kill them in one shot. So what was a unit that was really hard to stop for Traveler and Scrin factions is now a lot easier to counter, because it's detected with that scan power, and you can also kill them with your Ravagers a lot easier. This is a bit of an issue for me. He does detect and intercept my Ravagers. I'm moving into that base there, hoping to find a Harvester, or at least buy some time so I can get down some defenses. But yeah, I'm losing all of my Ravagers. I'm not even going to accomplish anything with them. So despite the Ravager strategy that I didn't actually kill anything at all. Not one thing was destroyed by those Ravagers, and there's a massive swarm of bike buggy heading my way. And I know that I'm a bit screwed here. I've got one tripod and about a dozen gunwalkers. Gunwalker's not very great at killing that force of his. He's got so much forces, as you can see, many of them. He can even use the decoy army, which he's doing here. Tripod there, which will get focused out instantly. Look how many bikes he has. That's just an insane amount of units. I don't have anything to stop that man. He's just going to crush this army. Yeah, look, see, he's just pushing in. That bike buggy force is unstoppable. I'm about to lose this game. There's no way I can hold this off. So what I did was I tried to bait the bike buggy force to attack the tripod. Because what happens is when your opponent gives an attack order on a unit, all the bike buggy will stack up, and this is what happens. You see, he's got like 50 units there, and I tried to draw in his attention by using the Turbo Agitation on the Harvester while I used the Overlord's Wrath and absolutely decimate. Absolutely crush that bike buggy in what is one of the most crazy Overlord's Wrath I've ever had, like ever. I can't remember a time where one was so game-changing like that. So that's crazy. I didn't win any engagement before that moment, and then suddenly a clutch Overlord's Wrath comes down. I used these Ravagers to make him pay attention to his Harvesters. He was never expecting that. And now, not only did I kill the army, I've also got more than 4 grand of resources to harvest with the Harvesters, which are close to my base. Now I've got a bunch of tripods out here. There's a lot of beam cannons approaching my base, and Dirty Dash is a little bit in disarray. Tries to focus down some of those disintegrators. They're a little bit annoying, but what I'm going to do is just phase field the tripod that he's targeting. And that's what you can do if you are in this situation. You can just phase the unit that the beam cannons are attacking and move in with your other units like I'm doing here. So the beam cannons, they did just get destroyed. Probably would have been better off for him to go for more bike buggy, but in the end of the day, those beam cannons were faulted. Going for a bunch of Devastators and Planetary Assault Carriers. That's my next move here. I am Tri 59, so I do get a support power, an upgrade that increases the speed of those warships and Planetary Assault Carriers by about 60%. That's a significant speed increase. So what I'm doing here, this is a common strategy that Traveler also employ. You can just force a bunch of damage on your opponent, and before any of the units die, you teleport them back to base with the Prodigy's Teleport Units command. Dirty Dutch establishing a base there. I did deploy an outpost, but I feel like I can't really hold on to it, so I decided to just cancel the refinery, and I'm long leeching Tiberium there. I'm a little bit exposed, so I summoned in the Icor Seed. Now, despite taking that huge win earlier, I'm still not in a great position. He's got Eco established in his 3rd field, whereas I am long leeching Tiberium. I got that Prodigy as well. Lots of bike buggy out for him, and I've only got airships. Warships are not the way to go against bike buggy, so maybe I made a little bit of a mistake here, but those warships have the insane speed with the Traveler engines, and that bike army will now meet the tripods. So yeah, I'm bringing in all of these resources which will fund this attack. And one sweet thing about the Prodigy as well is that it can teleport the drone ship. Now this doesn't work in vanilla, only works with a sub-faction drone ship in vanilla, but you can do that. I activated the Iron Storm of my pack just to buff the armor of the Devastators so these bike buggies aren't nearly as a threat. So yeah, I expect Dirty Dutch here, with that engagement going so horribly south for him, will ultimately have nothing left to hold this attack off. Devastator warships moving in, that planetary assault carrier there as well. The buggies are a little bit exposed and it's just bikes here and infantry. The Devastator warships I quickly pull back. I'm queuing a storm column, which is like having a planetary assault carrier, only it deals damage, a lot more damage. I prefer them to packs actually. Gets that shot off on the bike, destroys it. And now these packs and Devastator warships are well defended. He needs Tip Core to deal with this. He needs Mantis with Tip Core. It's the only way. But really, if you guys are struggling ever against Black Hand and he's got a lot of bike buggy and infantry, build Devastator warships and tripods. That's the best combo you can build against that faction. But yeah, guys, hope you all enjoyed that quick game there on Tournament Dust Bowl, no poker, with that sick Overlord's Rav. Now, I know it wasn't much content, but I wanted to bring you all something during this time. I'm going to have more frequent uploads, so stay tuned to that. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to give me a like and comment down below if you have anything to say, any feedback. I appreciate it. So yeah, guys, this is going to be me, Master Leaf. Peace out. Oh my god! Oh, oh my god! Wow!
Construction complete.
Oh, that was brilliant.